Hi, my name is Shanika. Welcome to my channel, and in this video I will be doing a braid and curl. As you can see, I've already started and I have this section left to show you how I do it, so you'll see how, and as well as through the rest of the video I will be showing you my takedown and the final results. This braid and curl is going to be featuring Soultanicals Styling Products. I have a new set of styling products combination that I am using, so if you want to see that, then keep on watching. The styling products I'll be using will be in the LCO method order, so liquid, cream, and then oil. So first it's going to be the Slip and Slide Knot Proof Hair Glide with Slippery Elm, Okra, and Cocoa Butter. And then the Can't Believe It's Not Butter Moisturize / Style for coils and kinks. And lastly, the Kink Sync Intense Moisture Sealant with avocado, jojoba, and andiroba oils. Okay, so I'm going to be using those in that order. Let's get right into it. I have 2 more sections left. As you can see, I've already done majority of my hair. So I'll just kind of show you a little bit how my hair looks already so far, and then we'll get right into doing the sections that aren't done yet. Okay. All right, so you've seen that. Let's get right into it. Okay, and before I use the products, as always, for some of you who have already been in my videos and for those who are new, I always start with a spray bottle of water. I try to put in warm water because warm water will help to open up the cuticles so that it can receive in products. So that's what I try to do. Sometimes having the bottle here for a while, the water does get a little bit like cool and stuff like that. So, but initially I always try to put warm water in and then use that throughout my styling process. And you want to work the water in to your hair. Now the sections are split into 2. I'm gonna do this into 1 braid. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna braid my hair about 2/3 of the way, and then the other third of the way I'm gonna take a rat tail comb, or you can use anything that would actually just like detangle the end of your hair. But since I know I'm doing my hair in sections like this, and I wanted something that's really gonna like comb it straight, I'm using the rat tail comb. Now I wouldn't recommend this normally because obviously we have natural hair, so detangling you need a wide tooth comb. Some people, depending on how their texture of their hair is and everything, they can use a Denman brush, so they can just use the Denman on the end. They don't need this. There's others who maybe this still might be a little too harsh. So there's one that's just above this, the one that has, it's not as big as the wide tooth comb, but it's a little bit wider. And I think some of you guys know what I'm talking about. So if this would be like just way too much, even with your hair in smaller sections, just for the ends of the hair to smooth it out before you put on the perm rod, then I would say use the one that's just a step up from that. So either a Denman brush, if that works for you, use this if this works for you, or the one that's just above that one, where it's a little bit more spaced, but it's still not like that wide tooth comb that you would use in the shower to detangle your hair on wash day or whatever. Because before you put your hair on the perm rod, you want it to kind of be a little straight. You want it to be straightened. So I'm actually going to show you guys how we do it, but you want it to be straightened so that you can smooth onto the rod, and then you can like turn it and curl it and then clip it, okay? Because you want your hair to take the shape of like being curled. And that's why I would comb out the ends of my hair, because right now, if you guys see my hair, it looks, if this will focus, yeah, it looks curly. Like, you see how curly it looks? So it's not gonna like take the shape of the perm rod if it's still curly. Like, it needs to be straightened a bit. So, but normally I wouldn't say to use this type of comb, especially this type of comb on natural hair. No. Just no. Like, this was like permed hair. This was like, this was it. This was it. But for natural hair, no. But just because of like for this style and stuff. And again, like I said, you know, use which tools would be better for you. Denman brush don't work for me. Even when I take out the, like the rows, I've taken out the rows on the one that I have, and still doesn't work for me. It works for my mom's hair. So, you know, we still have that around, and like for her, I'd use it. But for me, you can forget it. Like, no. But that's why I always say, you know, use what's best for you, what works for you, because different things work for different people, you know, and their hair. So, okay. And you kind of have to judge it when you're like 2/3 where you've braided your hair or plaited your hair, and then where the rest is. So you kind of know like, okay, this is about 1/3 that's left. Cause I've been doing like the rest of my hair. When I did, I'm like, am I doing 2/3? Like, is this 1/3 left? Cause literally this is shrinkage, as you see. So like, let's just say here, this is where the braid stops. So this is all braided. This is the rest. So it kind of looks like 2/3, but when I comb it out, or even me just pulling it out, now it looks like, oh no, I'm only like halfway braided, right? And I'm just like, maybe I just need to look at it like this and then just curl it. Because if I keep looking at it that way, I am never going to be almost finished. So, or 2/3 down. So that's kind of how I've been doing it, just kind of eyeing it like that. And then I think about here. So again, I think that's about 2/3. Eye it how you want to eye it in terms of when you're doing it. I do want it to be braided enough so that you do see like the braids here, and you just really want it to like have the ends curl, which is why it's called a braid and curl. You do want to have both. So that's where I'm gonna stop. So I have that here. Now on the ends, as you can see, it is curled. This is braided, this is curled. What I'm gonna do, and I take my time with this, I'm gonna be taking my time, and then I'll still go in with my fingers if I feel like there's something that really needs to, that was snagged or something like that. Because again, we're not trying to damage our hair just to do a braid and curl. Oh no. As you can see, that's a lot that's left because of shrinkage. So at this point, like I was saying, how I still like just do that, I do feel like that's a lot to be left. So sometimes I will go back in and just do a smidget more and then have whatever's left, because I do want to try to get it 2/3 of the way, but I would say don't stress it. Just get it as close to 2/3 as possible, because you want to have enough braid, but you also want to have like that 1/3 good amount of curl on the end, so when you're separating, you take it out, there's enough curl, like, you know, it looks good, whatever. So you want to do that. And for me, like, I'm gonna just leave it at that. So this is kind of how it is when that's stretched out, but that's it shrunken. So right, and then after combing it out, my hair does feel kind of dry sometimes, so I just go back in and add just a little bit more of the moisturizer on top. I know I've already put in all the products in the LCO method, but just sometimes I do feel like that, and then I go back in and I'll kind of comb over it, because once I've gotten through it the first time and I combed it, it usually combs like pretty easy. And now that I've kind of gotten that, smoothed it out, I've combed it, I'm holding it taut for a reason, like, so that way now I can keep it smooth out. You want to keep it smoothed out. And then the very, like, you know, you have that, let me do it this way. You have the end here, put a little something on there. Yeah, so I'm using these products to do it. If you want, you can use mousse if you feel like you need a little bit more hold, because mousse definitely helps when you are, you know, trying to keep a curl or curl something, like, you know, when you either this, or if you're doing like some sort of like perm rod set or flexi rod set. Anyway, so the ends I held tight, add a little bit more on the end if I felt like it was dry, wrapped the end around the rod. So now I'm here, after I wrapped the end on the rod, I rolled it up just forward to wrap around that end part. Then I will hold this part, hold the rod, and turn it like that. Okay. So I turned it all the way until I see that the part where I stopped braiding and where it comes, where the loose hair is already like rolled on here. And then I still roll it up just straight, about just a little bit more, like 1, 2, like, you know, just a little bit more rolled up, and then I'll clip it. Okay, and then here you have it. I have it just hanging like that, and I don't want to roll it. You don't want to roll it up too much, because again, this is where the braid is. I mean, even this might be, let me measure it for the other one. I mean, this might be a little too much rolled up, because see, even this one's not rolled up that much. So you can eye it for yourself. It may not be exactly even. I did kind of even it just a little bit. See, so now it's kind of even. But again, it may not be even. It may not be perfect, and that's fine. Everything doesn't have to be symmetrically perfect. I mean, it's just a guide. So I did it on this side. I could see a guide. Wait, am I rolling it too much? Am I, you know, you can just use it as a guide, but it doesn't have to be like all set in stone science, like, oh my gosh, if I don't do it, like, it's gonna just turn out bad. Like, no, you don't have to be that pressed about it, let's just say. So there you have it. Like, you know, it's braided here, you got the curl at the bottom. Also, let me know in the comments, have you guys tried this before? Do you try to do it like 2/3 of the way braided and then do the rest twisted, or do you do like 50-50, so you want like half braided and then you have the rest that's curled up? Like, I would love to know what way you do it and how you like it. So all right, I just rolled up. So actually, let me do that again. So this is the very end here, taking the perm rod. You see here what I'm doing. Why did I do that way? Like, what? All right, you see here, I'm putting it here. Still have hair there, so I'm using this little pieces of hair, wrap that around it and smooth it. So then I smooth it on. Okay, smooth it on, and then I'm gonna roll it just a little bit to secure what I just smoothed on. It's rolled around some hair now. At this point, I hold this part where my braid stops and the rest of the hair starts, and I start to turn it like this, wrap it around this way like that. Now, once I wrapped it around, this is the point where I wrapped it around and all of the loose hair is already wrapped around. Like, so the part where the braid and loose hair meet, that's already wrapped around. So I stopped and I'll just roll it for a little bit and then, oh, hold on. Yeah, roll it for a little bit and then pin it. So, okay. And then clip it. So you're going to take this and clip it on. And then the rubber band is so you're going to see the rubber band is secured on top. And you see that it's like pinned on. So that's not going anywhere. And I can see here the braid. This part's twisted. And if you want to reference, again, you can always reference the other side, what you did and stuff like that. Seems about even to me. And like I said, again, you don't have to make it even, but you don't want it to be extremely like, oh, like, you know, you don't want it to be extremely like off. Obviously, you want it to definitely be close, but you don't have to go for perfection or, you know, okay? So, all right. So we're gonna do this again. I have 3 more sections that I'm gonna do here at the top. Okay, so there you have it. Now my hair is finished. I have finished all of it and you guys see it. And so basically I have 3 plaits up here in the top, 2 here on the sides and the front, so that's 5 on this side, 5 on that side, that's 10. And then I have 2 in the back up here in the top and 2 in the bottom, so that's 4 and 4, that's 8. So in total I have 18 braids with the braiding curl. So I have 18 in total, 8 in the back in total and 10 in the front in total. And so I'm gonna sleep with these overnight, and I'm gonna see how it is the next day to see if it's ready to take down. It's nighttime now, so I'm gonna like wrap my hair with a scarf, put on my bonnet, go to sleep. And then when I get up in the morning, if it still feels like it's probably not dry, then I'll sit under a hooded dryer so that I can dry my hair the rest of the way. After I dry my hair the rest of the way, then I'll come back on and take the hair down. It just depends on how fast your hair dries, and if you do have a hooded dryer, because some people may not have that, and so they probably just have to wait until their hair dries. But if you do have it, I recommend like whenever you need to use it so it can help speed up the process for you. So that's all for right now. You guys stay tuned. For now, stay tuned, keep on watching, and we'll see when I come back and take down the hair to see how the results are. And just to kind of show you guys how I take my time to take it down as well and separate, because that's also an important part in styling. It's not just the technique you use to put in the style, but it's also the way you take it down, because you could have put in your style really well and your braids or twists are like, you put them in really well, you moisturized and sealed them really well. But if the takedown process is not that great and you're causing frizz and all of this stuff, your hair, and if your hair is not all the way dry, sometimes may not come out looking as you would like it to look. So you definitely want to make sure that you have a good takedown process as well. So what I do at night when I tucked my hair away is I had this bonnet on. Then underneath the bonnet, I have a scarf. Okay, and so I have the scarf on. Take the scarf off. So that's how I tucked my hair away at night. Okay. All right, and just to reiterate, I have 18 braids in my hair. So I have 5 on each side in the front, so that's 10 in the front, and then 4 on each side in the back, so that's 8 in the back, so 18 in total. And right now I'm just going to go ahead and take down the perm rods off the ends, and then proceed to take down the rest of the hair. Also, this is 2 days later. I did the install on Friday, and now it is Sunday, so 2 days later. And then when you're just taking the perm rods off, all you want to do is just like you unclip it as the perm rods are, and then you just kind of unwind it like that. Subscribe to my channel. It is free and it would help me out a lot. I am trying to get to 500 to 1,000 subscribers by the end of the year. Hit that notification bell so you'll be notified of my future video uploads and you won't miss out on part 2 of this video. Stay tuned, part 2 will be coming up soon. Check the description box down below. I have goodies in there for you guys. I'll have links to the products in the description box, as well as links for other videos you can check out, and my Instagram so you guys can stay connected with me over there. Thanks for watching, and I will see you in part 2.